The Galactic Council Hall was enormous. Thousands of seats floated in perfect circles, filled with beings from every corner of the galaxy. Some had wings, some had metal bodies, some were pure light. This hall had decided the fate of stars for millions of years. Today, the topic was simple. Humans. The word itself caused laughter. A tall blue-skinned delegate leaned forward and spoke loudly. Humans. You still believe in that old story? His voice echoed through the hall. They are nothing but a myth. A fairy tale for young species. More laughter followed. Another delegate, covered in silver armor, waved a claw dismissively. Our records are clear. Humans destroyed themselves long ago. War, greed, and chaos. They could not survive their own nature. The council agreed. History tablets showed a broken planet called Earth. Old images showed smoke, fire, and silence. To the galaxy, it was proof. Humans were weak. Humans were gone. The High Archivist activated a massive screen. Ancient symbols glowed faintly. This is all that remains of them, the Archivist said calmly. No colonies. No allies. No fleets. Just dust and stories. The council leader stood up. His voice carried authority. Then it is settled. Humans are officially classified as extinct and fictional. Any remaining rumors will be erased from modern records. The vote passed instantly. But far from the bright lights of the council hall, deep in the silent edge of space, something old awakened. In a forgotten sector, where no trade routes existed and no stars shone brightly, a machine powered on. It had waited for centuries. Its surface was dark and scarred, but its core still burned with purpose. A signal was sent. Not loud. Not fast. Just steady. Back in the council hall, a junior technician froze in place. His console blinked red. That's not possible, he whispered. The signal was weak but clear. It did not match any known species. It did not follow modern communication patterns. It was old. Very old. The technician hesitated, then raised his voice. Council members, we have detected an unknown transmission. Groans filled the room. Another pirate broadcast? Someone asked. Static from a dead satellite, another said. The technician swallowed. No, sir. The origin, it comes from the Sol region. The laughter slowly faded. The Sol region is dead space, the council leader said sharply. There is nothing there. The screen changed. Symbols appeared. Simple. Ancient. Translated automatically by the system. The message was short. 5 words. Silence filled the hall. The words glowed brighter. We are still here. Shock spread across the council like a wave. Some delegates stood up. Others stared in disbelief. The High Archivist checked the records again and again. This cannot be human, he said. It must be a trap. Or a malfunction. But deep inside, fear began to grow. The signal repeated. Stronger this time. Not a threat. Not a greeting. A statement. Somewhere beyond the edge of known space, something that was supposed to be dead had spoken. And for the first time in centuries, the Galactic Council felt something unfamiliar. Uncertainty. Far away, unseen by all, silent fleets waited in the dark. Watching. Remembering. Waiting for the galaxy to make the next mistake. The council hall was no longer loud. Moments ago, it had been full of laughter and pride. Now, silence pressed down on every delegate like heavy gravity. The message still floated on the main screen, glowing softly. We are still here. The council leader broke the silence. Scan it again, he ordered. I want confirmation. From every system. Technicians rushed to their consoles. Screens filled with numbers, symbols, and warnings. The signal was real. It had structure. It had intent. And worst of all, it matched ancient human language patterns stored deep in forbidden archives. This transmission is not automated, a scientist said quietly. It is being sent, deliberately. That is impossible, shouted a reptilian warlord. Humans had no technology like this. Even in their final days. The High Archivist hesitated before speaking. Our records may be incomplete. That single sentence caused unrest. The Council had always trusted the archives. They were considered absolute truth. If the records were wrong, then everything built on them was fragile. The signal suddenly shifted. A new layer appeared. It was not a voice. Not an image. It was data. Massive, compressed, and heavy with energy. One technician stepped back in fear. This data packet contains star maps, he said. Hidden routes. Unknown systems. Another paused, eyes wide. And, weapons data. Defensive patterns we have never seen before. Fear spread fast now. This is a bluff, said the council leader. An ancient trap left behind. But deep space does not bluff. In the outer rim, a small exploration fleet was prepared. It was not a war fleet. Just enough ships to investigate and prove the council right. Send them to Seoul, the council leader ordered. They will confirm the truth. The fleet jumped into hyperspace. As they traveled, the crews joked nervously. Some mocked the idea of humans. Others felt uneasy but said nothing. Their scanners showed nothing but dark space ahead. Then they arrived. Seoul system. At first, it looked exactly like the records described. A quiet star. Broken planets. Debris fields frozen in time. Earth itself looked wounded. Scars covered its surface. No visible cities. No energy readings. See, the fleet commander said. A graveyard. They moved closer. That was when the sensors screamed. Every system lit up at once. Unknown objects appeared and vanished in seconds. Space itself seemed to ripple, as if something massive had just moved and then stopped. Impossible, the navigator whispered. They're cloaked, perfectly. The commander opened a channel. Identify yourselves. This is a peaceful survey mission. No response. The fleet continued forward slowly. Suddenly, time felt wrong. Several ships reported delays in communication. Others lost navigation for brief moments, then regained it. It was as if someone was testing them. Watching how they reacted. Then, a single human ship appeared. It was simple in shape. Dark. No glowing lights. No visible weapons. It did not move aggressively. It just existed, blocking their path. A calm voice filled every ship at the same time. You came to confirm our death. The crew froze. This system is protected, the voice continued. You are not authorized. The commander tried to respond, but his words shook. You are human. There was a pause. Yes. The ship's scanners tried to read the human vessel. They failed. Energy levels were off the charts, yet perfectly controlled. Old technology mixed with something far beyond modern science. The voice spoke again, colder now. You should not have come. The human ship vanished. Immediately, the alien fleet lost control. Engines shut down. Weapons powered off. Shields collapsed without damage. No explosions. No attack. Just helpless silence. Back in the council hall, every sensor went dark. The exploration fleet was still alive. But completely disabled. And the signal from Sol repeated one final time, louder than before. This was your warning. The disabled fleet floated in silence near the broken shape of Earth. No engines. No shields. No weapons. The crews could breathe, could think, but could do nothing else. Every command returned the same result. Denied. The human ship did not reappear at once. That delay was worse than any attack. It felt intentional, like a pause meant to let fear grow. Inside the flagship, the commander tried to keep his voice steady. All crews, remain calm. Do not provoke. Do not attempt repairs. No one replied. Not because they disobeyed, but because words felt useless. Minutes passed. Then space folded. 1 became 3. 3 became 10. Human ships emerged around the fleet, silent and precise. They did not rush. They formed a perfect circle, every distance exact, every angle clean. None of them aimed weapons. None of them needed to. The same calm voice returned, now closer, clearer. You are afraid, it said. This is normal. The commander swallowed. If you wished us dead, we would be gone already. Yes, the voice replied. That is why you still live. A screen activated on every alien ship at once. It showed a human figure. Not armored. Not decorated. Simple clothing. Calm eyes. No hatred. No smile. We are not ghosts, the human said. We are not legends. We chose silence. Images appeared behind the figure. Old wars. Burning cities. Broken worlds. Not alien worlds. Human worlds. We learned early, the human continued. Power without control destroys everything. Including the one who holds it. The commander leaned forward. The galaxy believed you were extinct. That belief protected us, the human replied. And it protected the galaxy from us. That sentence sent a chill through every crew member. Another image appeared. Ancient records, different from council archives. They showed human fleets far larger than anything the galaxy had ever built. Stars bending. Space tearing. Enemies erased in moments. Then the image vanished. That age ended, the human said. We locked it away. A sudden alarm sounded on the flagship. Commander, an officer whispered. We are being scanned again. Deep scan. They are reading our thoughts, not forcibly, but selectively. The commander felt exposed, yet unharmed. The scan stopped. The human nodded slightly. You did not come to destroy us. You came to confirm a story. Yes, the commander admitted. And to erase it if needed. The human's eyes hardened for the first time. That is why this ends now. The human ships moved. Not toward the fleet. Away. The circle opened. Systems flickered back to life. Engines responded. Shields reactivated. Weapons powered on, untouched. You are free to leave, the human said. You will remember this encounter clearly. That is intentional. The commander hesitated. What happens now? The human looked directly into the camera. Now the galaxy decides, he said. Truth has consequences. The transmission ended. In seconds, the human ships vanished as if they had never been there. The fleet escaped. Back in the council hall, chaos erupted. The returning fleet's live feed played on every screen. Proof replaced theory. Humans were real. Calm. Controlled. And terrifying. The council leader stood, his voice shaking. They disabled an entire fleet without firing a single shot. They gave us mercy, the High Archivist said quietly. And a message. A final signal appeared on the main screen. Short. Clear. Do not test what we restrain. The council realized too late what mistake they had made. They had laughed at a myth. And awakened a guardian that had chosen silence over domination. Now the galaxy knew the truth. And fear had learned a new name. The galaxy did not sleep after that day. Every network repeated the same footage. Human ships appearing from nothing. Alien fleets frozen without damage. Calm voices speaking with absolute control. Worlds that once laughed now watched in silence. The Galactic Council was broken, but not destroyed. Emergency sessions were called. Leaders argued. Some demanded war. Others demanded apology. Fear pushed logic aside. The High Archivist worked alone in the deepest vault of the archives. This place had not been opened for thousands of years. The systems were old, slow, and heavily locked. Only one type of access could open them. Human. The archivist did not understand how, but the locks opened anyway. Ancient records flooded the screens. Not myths. Not legends. Truth. Humans had not destroyed themselves. They had won. Long ago, before the modern council existed, humans had faced the early galaxy. Back then, space was wild. Empires rose fast and fell faster. When humans arrived, they were underestimated. Just as now. The records showed the result. Human fleets had crushed entire armadas in minutes. Not with rage, but with precision. They learned faster. Adapted faster. Their greatest strength was not weapons. It was restraint. The galaxy feared them. Coalitions formed. Lies spread. History was rewritten. Humans were labeled dangerous, unstable, and self-destructive. So humans made a choice no one expected. They disappeared. They sealed their borders. Hid their colonies. Erased their trails. They allowed the galaxy to believe the lie because it prevented a greater disaster. Peace. The archivist's hands trembled. We buried this, he whispered. In the council hall, a younger delegate stared at the screen in horror. If this is true, then they were protecting us. The council leader slammed his claw on the platform. Enough. Protection or not, they interfered with council authority. They humiliated us. Fear spoke through anger. A war faction gained power quickly. Secret fleets were armed. Old weapons were reactivated. The plan was simple. Strike first. The attack fleet moved quietly toward Sol space. This time, there was no warning. No announcement. No diplomacy. They crossed the boundary. Nothing happened. No human ships appeared. No voices spoke. That's it, a commander laughed. They were bluffing. Then space changed. The stars dimmed. Communication lagged. Time stretched. Human fleets emerged from every direction. Thousands of ships. Different sizes. Different eras. Old designs mixed with advanced forms. This was not a reaction. This was preparation. A single human vessel moved forward. Larger than the rest. Calm. Silent. A human commander appeared on every alien screen. His voice was steady, but heavy. We warned you, he said. We chose patience. You chose fear. Weapons locked onto the alien fleet. Not to destroy. To stop. Stand down, the human commander continued. This is your final chance. The war faction hesitated. Then they fired. The battle lasted less than a minute. Human ships did not chase. They did not explode planets. They disabled command ships, shut down weapons, and erased fleet coordination. When it ended, the alien armada floated helpless, exactly like before. But this time, the tone changed. The human commander's eyes hardened. "We stayed hidden to protect the galaxy from us," he said. "And from itself." He leaned forward. "You have forced our hand." Across the galaxy, hidden human systems awakened. Ancient fleets powered up. Defense lines activated. The truth was no longer buried. Humans had not returned for revenge. They returned to correct a lie. And the galaxy was about to learn the cost of ignoring a warning. The galaxy changed in a single cycle. News spread faster than fear. Every world saw the same truth from 100 angles. Human fleets were not invading. They were positioning. Quietly. Perfectly. Like guardians taking their posts. Trade routes were untouched. Civilian worlds were ignored. Only military systems felt the pressure. That was when the galaxy understood. This was not conquest. This was correction. The Galactic Council collapsed within hours. Leaders who had pushed for war vanished from public view, taken quietly from their chambers by forces that did not resist and did not explain. No cities burned. No planets screamed. Justice arrived without chaos. A new broadcast reached every system. Clear. Human. Unavoidable. A single human stood before a simple background. No symbols. No weapons. "We do not seek rule," the human said. "We seek balance." Behind him, images appeared. Council orders. Secret war votes. Records of lies, altered histories, erased truths. Each leader's actions were displayed plainly. "You buried us to protect yourselves," the human continued. "Then you used that lie to justify fear." On dozens of worlds, former council leaders were placed under arrest by their own people. The truth was impossible to deny. The galaxy held its breath. Then came the moment everyone feared. Retaliation. It never came. Human fleets remained still. Silent. Watching. A message followed. "We remember what power can do," the human said. "That is why we restrain it." Worlds that expected destruction received nothing. Those that feared punishment were left untouched. Slowly, fear turned into something else. Respect. The High Archivist, now older and shaken, was granted an audience. He stood before a human council. Smaller. Simpler. "You could destroy us," he admitted. "Why don't you?" A human elder answered calmly. "Because we already tried that path. It ends with emptiness." The archivist lowered his head. "Then what happens to the galaxy now?" The human elder looked outward, toward the stars. "Now," he said, "the galaxy grows up." Human fleets did not stay forever. One by one, they withdrew. Borders reopened. Trade resumed. Life continued. But something had changed. History was rewritten again. This time with truth. Humans were no longer called a myth. They were called a lesson. On distant worlds, children learned a new story. Not of monsters. Not of gods. But of a species that had the power to rule the stars and chose not to. And in the deep dark between galaxies, human systems went quiet once more. Not hidden. Just watching. Because the greatest fear in the galaxy was never human weapons. It was the knowledge that humans could have ended everything. And chose mercy instead.